Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is your girl AJ, and in this video it is the part 2 to how to win in this real estate market series. Those of you who are new here, my name is Amber Johnson, also known as AJ, and I am a realtor here in the beautiful state of Ohio. I am also a mom, wife, and an entrepreneur. On my channel, I share things life, family, and career, so I hope that you stick around and enjoy this video. So in the first video, we talked about how to win in this real estate market, and I touched on 3 important topics to help you with that process. So in this video, I'll be touching on 3 additional topics as well as a bonus tip for you, so stay tuned. So the first tip that I am going to touch on is finances. Are your finances in order? Do you have the funds available to help you win in this market? As we know that the market has shifted, however, it is not a complete buyer's market at this time. So there are still things that you may have to give on when it comes to finances in order to win when it comes to putting in an offer on a home. As far as a seller is concerned, there are things that you may give on as it pertains to, a home warranty, things like that, if there is any type of gap with the appraisal. So those are things that you may want to consider. And as far as investors, I feel like that deserves its own video, but obviously you would need to have your finances in order if you are an investor. So some of the things when it comes to finances, obviously there are some things that you'll already want to have in place before you even get to the point where you're connecting with a realtor, connecting with a lender, things like that. Those are important before you even begin shopping for homes. So as far as the home buying process itself, I've went through that. I touched on that a few times, so I will not bore you with that process. So the next tip that I'm going to touch on is, can you be flexible with your finances? This goes along with the first topic when I talked about finances in order and things that you may have to give in order to be successful in this market. So do you have cash available should you need to offer up an earnest money deposit? Do you have cash available should you want to offer the seller a credit or an appraisal gap, things like that? Do you have the flexibility with your cash flow to be able to offer those additional things in the purchase contract? Outside of the purchase contract that I want to make note of that you'll want to have that flexibility when it comes to your finances is certain upgrades, certain updates that you'll want to make to the home, because there are in certain price points a situation where the home is not move-in ready. In my opinion, I don't feel like any home is 100% move-in ready no matter what the price point is. Obviously, if it's a new build, then yes, it would be move-in ready. But if it's a pre-existing home, it 9 times out of 10 is not going to be move-in ready. So there are going to be some updates and improvements that you are going to want to make on the home to make it yours. So do you have those funds available to be able to do that? Can you furnish the home? These are things that you want to make note of, because you never want to move into a home and exhaust all of your savings and then you have nothing to put inside the home. And the last tip before the bonus tip that I'm going to touch on is making sure that you're connecting with a lender. I did mention that early on in the video, but connecting with a lender is very important, obviously, when it comes to purchasing a home, unless you're purchasing with cash. But connecting with a lender to find out what type of programs are available for you, what type of flexibility you have with that. There are some situations depending on your loan type where, you can waive an appraisal, and other types of things that, you and I would discuss should we sit down and assist you with the home buying process or home selling process. But those are key things that you want to make sure that you are keeping top of mind when it comes to the lender, staying in constant communication. I've touched on that before, because your lender is obviously a very integral part of this process. So you want to make sure that you're connecting with a good lender, one who has open lines of communication and has the experience and the expertise to assist you through this process. And the last tip that I want to touch on is if you are one of the many people that I've already spoken to or interacted with your posts online and you are wanting to purchase a home this year in 2023, please make sure that you are checking down below and clicking on the link so you can download your free home buyer's guide. It has some tips to help you get started, help to trigger some questions that you can bring to our appointment when you and I sit down and get you started on this journey. I hope this video was helpful. Please make sure if you did not watch part 1 to go back and watch part 1, then watch part 2. But at this point, you've already watched part 2. So go back and watch part 1 so you can get that information as well. Make sure to like the video, comment down below any questions you have, any other suggestions or tips that you might have as well. Connect with me on social media, and I will see you guys in the next video.